So, when you think about the big race for AI dominance, who comes to mind? You're probably thinking Google, Meta, Microsoft, right? The usual suspects. Well, it turns out there's a quiet giant that isn't just in the race, it's lapping the competition when it comes to hiring people. And the whole story starts with just one single number.
All right, here it is, 2,898. Just let that number sit there for a second. It popped up recently in the tech world, and believe me, it tells a wild story about what's really going on in AI. So, what's the deal with this number?
Okay, so take a guess. What do you think that number means for AI right now? It's not, some new super fast chip. It's not a crazy funding round. Nope. It's something way more fundamental. It's about people.
So, that number, 2,898, that's how many AI jobs Amazon is hiring for right now. And look at this. When you put it next to the other big players, the story just slaps you in the face. You've got Meta, Google, Microsoft. I mean, they're not even playing the same game. Amazon is just dwarfing them.
Seriously, think about this for a second. You could add up all the AI jobs at Meta, Google, and Microsoft combined, and you still wouldn't even get close to Amazon's number. That's not a gap. That's a canyon. It's insane. Which, of course, brings us to the big question. What in the world is Amazon up to?
Okay, so to really get why there's such a massive difference, you gotta understand something key. It's not just that Amazon is hiring more people. They're hiring for a totally different reason. It points to a whole different strategy, a vision for AI that's probably not what you're picturing.
When we hear AI jobs, our minds immediately go to these super elite PhDs, right? Tucked away in some secret R&D lab working on crazy futuristic stuff. So are all of these thousands of Amazon jobs for those kinds of brainiacs? Well, the data says, nope, not really. And this is where the two paths really split. See, while a lot of the other giants are focused on that high-level theoretical research, the brainy lab stuff, Amazon is going all in on something completely different. Practical, boots-on-the-ground AI. They're hiring an army to automate their warehouses and streamline the actual nuts and bolts of their gigantic business, like right now. And there's a great quote from Eric Chang over at JobRight that just nails it. He says, these are roles built for the 80% of developers, not just the top 1%. You see, Amazon isn't just looking for generals. They're building an entire army of soldiers, people who can solve real, tangible problems today. So let's dig into where this army is going. So where do you put an entire army of practical AI developers? For Amazon, the answer is simple. Everywhere. This isn't some little side hustle or an experiment. They're baking AI into the very core of their business. I mean, this is happening everywhere you look. They're using AI to squeeze every last drop of efficiency out of those wild, robot-filled warehouses. They're weaving it deep into AWS, their money printing machine, to power the future of the cloud. The entire strategy is to make AI part of the company's DNA. And by doing that, by creating these kinds of practical jobs, they can pull from a much, much bigger pool of talent than anybody else.
Okay, a huge hiring spree at one company is one thing. But why should you care? What does it actually mean for us? Well, because this is bigger than just an Amazon story. It's a huge signal about a major shift happening across all of tech. It's like a new kind of AI gold rush is starting.
Yeah. Gold rush is the perfect metaphor, really. But this boom isn't about those flashy headlines you see, about sentient AI or whatever. No, this is happening quietly, behind the scenes. It's happening in thousands and thousands of job posts for people who can do applied machine learning and data automation. So let's break down what this all means. First, for anyone out there with coding or data skills, Amazon just created probably the biggest and fastest on-ramp into the world of AI. Second, for the industry as a whole, this is the clearest sign we've gotten that AI is no longer a fun experiment in a lab. It's now a core, must-have part of doing business. And finally, for the future, what Amazon is doing right now is literally reshaping the entire talent market. It's shifting the center of gravity for AI away from theory and squarely onto practical, real-world results.
And that leaves us with one last question to chew on. You know that old saying, right? In a gold rush, sell shovels. As Amazon goes all in, building its empire on practical AI, it really makes you wonder, in this new AI gold rush, who's selling the shovels? Who's building the tools, the platforms, the stuff that makes all of this possible? Because that might be the next huge story.